Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Lowe's out in West Plano, Texas. As always, please press the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. You already know I love the engagement. It would really help me out if you could do that for me just now. And also follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me if you have any questions about the plants. You can see it is a cloudy day. I just got off of work. It is Super Bowl Sunday when I am going out plant shopping. So I will not know the results of the Super Bowl. If you are going to watch that, let me know what you think of the results in the comment section after we watch this video. And as far as just this Lowe's, this one I don't get to see often because it is further down south on where I'm based at. For those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome, my name is Richie. But before we get into the plant shopping, I did want to invite you to go to our Cultivation Corner YouTube channel with Janae Simone and Stephen of I Live Plants.
If you've already watched our episode, we both have episodes for Peter's Planters, so we go into detail about the plants you have. I'm here with Janae. Stephen is not here. Insert picture of Stephen for Cultivation Corner.
He didn't skip work for us.
He didn't. I mean, I'm off on Tuesdays on a Tuesday. But if you haven't already seen all of the plants that Peter has, Aglaonemas galore, definitely a need, but she also has a bunch of Alocasias, new philodendron hybrids. What else did you see, Janae?
Oh my goodness. Like even this beautiful philodendron ring of fire, and she has escaletos, y'all. All very reasonable and pet friendly plants
and
as well.
Let's not forget the Syndapsis too. She has some Syndapsis on totems. Variegated Syndapsis, yes. For those that are rare plant finders. Definitely get to Peter's Planters. It is in Dallas, Texas. Small business, but it packs a huge impact when it comes to your plant collection. We've been shopping here for a while.
Yes.
I'm addicted. She feeds my plant addiction, and I need help, but it's okay. It's good, right?
It's okay. Yeah.
So definitely go to www.petasplanters.com to do any ordering for those plants. Peter's Planters is a small plant shop in Dallas, Texas. It is my favorite plant shop. So definitely check it out. But as you can see right here, there's not a lot of people shopping because obviously this was about an hour before the Super Bowl actually had the kickoff. So I was able to just go here right after work. Work was actually not that insane. So I am actually really happy to just be able to unwind, walk around, and take you guys on this plant shopping tour just to see what kind of plants we will find over here. It's been quite a while since I visited this particular Lowe's, but with Lowe's has actually been getting a lot of plant restock, specifically from Costa Farms, trending tropicals. We've got some LiveTrends plants as well as urban jungle plants. So we're going to see what kind of plants they have here. It is a cloudy day, so I would say maybe the lighting isn't going to be the most optimal conditions, but hopefully you will still enjoy all of the plants I will pick up. I am curious to see plant foldies, what plants you've added to your plant collection with spring coming around. I know there are a couple of plants that I'm wanting to add to my collection. And just to let you know, if you are going to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida, please let me know via Instagram. I have my tickets. I have my early access tickets. I will be staying at the Hilton Doubletree Hotel. It will be my first time in Florida. So I would love to meet up with any plant foldies that are going there and just to talk about plants. But I know that I will be super excited to get all of those rare and uncommon Aglaonema. So you'll definitely see my plant haul here. But as you can see, this Lowe's is actually maintained very well. I am fortunate to live out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, specifically in the North Dallas area, in the suburbs, where, as far as like Plano, Frisco, Prosper, McKinney, Allen, those places really have some nice big box stores like Lowe's that just really have a lot of these nice houseplants. For those that are not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, let me know if you actually have just as many plants as we do up here. I can just show you all of the plants that they have. So every single Lowe's that I visit actually have an end cap where there's a bunch of LiveTrends planters. I am a huge fan of LiveTrends planters because they really fit the modern aesthetic that I have for my plant collection. I really like simplistic planters. I even like these easy care plants. So I've been really getting into Sansevieria, and the reason being is Sansevieria, or what you call snake plant, are very easy to care for. They are low light tolerant and definitely drought tolerant, which really fits my busy lifestyle. But as far as other plants, you can see right here, Costa Farms has a bunch of bonsai. So this is an Ulmus pulva, or a Chinese elm. I had a bonsai like this a while back. This is for $30.98. I would love to be able to buy a bonsai like that and possibly repot it, because I'm not as big of a fan of the bonsai that the Costa Farms plants are in. I would definitely put it in a more shallow pot. Definitely need to go trim these branches down and wire it. Bonsai is a beautiful art of growing a plant that would mimic a miniature tree in nature, and there's just so many different styles of how to train your tree. So that's something that I was actually really into, and I think the reason being is because I remember watching The Karate Kid and watching Mr. Miyagi trim bonsai. I remember getting my first bonsai, I think I was in 4th or 5th grade, and I ended up buying it, of all places, Target. And this is when Target actually had a full-blown garden center. Target doesn't really have a garden center anymore, but what's exciting is, as I've gone to all of these big box stores to go shopping, I've noticed that Target this spring, or at least this season, has already gotten a lot of Costa Farms trending tropical plants. And you can see right here, Costa Farms has really pushed out a lot of beautiful hanging baskets. This one is for $20.84. This is a variegated teardrop peperomia. Love it. And I love the fact that it's just got a really pastel neon yellow tone about this particular peperomia. I would say this would be easy to propagate. You can just take cuttings and root them in water. That's something I want to add to my collection. But the thing about it is, the 8-inch hanging baskets by Costa Farms are a little bit too large for my plant collection. I think it takes up a lot of surface space. I'm more comfortable hanging a 6-inch hanging basket versus a 8-inch hanging basket. Also, the reason being is I really don't want to drill a bunch of holes in my home, even though I do own my house. It's just one of those things where I've just never been accustomed to drilling holes, or even drilling holes on my, within my walls to hang things. So I'm kind of weird like that. But I do believe if I were to add hanging baskets, I would definitely choose Costa Farms, LiveTrends, and Urban Jungle. They have a lot of hanging baskets that you can find at a big box store. I mean, you can see right here, this is a lipstick plant called the Mona Lisa, $20.84 in an 8-inch hanging basket. When you look at a lipstick plant, it kind of reminds you of a Hoya. It's got a very waxy texture to the leaves. They do need bright indirect light. I would say they're most likely going to be a little bit more drought tolerant than the average plant. And then you can see right over here, this is another type of plant, I can't even pronounce it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But either way, beautiful plant. It's not one that I would particularly add to my collection. I just feel like it almost looks like an herb versus like a tropical house plant. This one is in a 6-inch planter for $16.84. So for me, the 6-inch hanging baskets that Costa Farms produces is a little bit more manageable for me. I have gone around and started to really collect Pothos plants. So that's my kick. In addition to, like, obviously collecting Aglaonema. And for those that are discovering my channel for the first time, I am a huge advocate for Aglaonema. I think Aglaonema are super underrated, overlooked plants. I have a campaign to pretty much obnoxiously talk about Aglaonema in all of my social media content, because what I've noticed is plants become even more popular, more trendy when people start pushing out more content, whether it's pictures of the plants, reels on Instagram, TikTok videos. If you see that also get pushed by the algorithm, that's when, like, human nature just wants to kind of follow a trend. So hopefully we can get Aglaonemas trending, but we will also need to look at this beautiful Hydra Helix, or what you call the Hedera Helix. And if you are new to this channel, hopefully you didn't just click off the video and scare you off. Long story short, English ivy is one of the most challenging plants to grow indoors. I like to say Hydra Helix versus Hedera Helix. It just kind of stuck along this video, or actually this YouTube channel community. I knew that I was mispronouncing it a while back, but for y'all, it seems like you guys like me to say Hydra Helix. So there you go. Now this is a beautiful LiveTrends plant. This is in a beautiful planter. I love the color. This is for $19.84, and this is, I think, a philodendron sun red. I think it might be a philodendron sun red. For anybody that is watching this video that is a little bit more versed when it comes to philodendron, please leave it in the comment section with a timestamp. But as you can see right here, it is a beautiful LiveTrends plant. Definitely a fan of LiveTrends. I love the artistry, the simplicity of the planters. And as far as their plants, whenever you think about, you know, the pricing they put on the plants, I still think it is worth the price that you pay for, because you're really getting a modern looking planter. And then over here is another planter. This one is a pastel pink, very light pink, $19.84. This is a calathea. And as far as calatheas, I would rank calatheas as being in the top 3 most challenging plants to grow indoors long term, because of just the susceptibility of spider mites, the leaves getting brown, just the amount of water and the quality of water you put on this plant. It's just a lot. Or maybe this plant just doesn't like to grow in my environment. It could just be me. You know, sometimes we label plants as being a challenging plant, but it could literally be us that makes it challenging for the plant to grow. There are some instances where there's people who can literally grow, for instance, English ivy without any effort. Like, for instance, my best friend Isaac, who also has a YouTube channel, Hi JR Sings is his YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. But he's been able to grow plants successfully. But as you can see right here, I just love walking around and showing you all of the plants that they have available at Lowe's. Definitely, if I were to pick a big box store that has consistent houseplants of, you know, between Target, Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's. Lowe's is definitely the most consistent when it comes to sourcing out indoor tropical plants. Even in the winter, they still had a full line of plants to look at. I would say Walmart tends to downsize their plants to create a little bit more space for seasonal, seasonal sales, such as like Christmas trees, and the same thing with Home Depot. But let's see what it looks like as we continue to get closer to spring. It is not that far from now. And you already know, if you are a person that grows plants, whether you are buying plants, if you're shopping at big box stores for plants, if you are a grower, if you own a nursery, if you own a plant shop, spring is really prime time. It's kind of like the Christmas holiday season, but for plant lovers. So we're going to see what kind of plants are going to be released. You can see right here, $13.98. This is a urban jungle plant in a beautiful terracotta planter. Love the modern vibe, and I love the fact that it has UJ etched into the actual planter. It gives it a little bit more of a handmade touch. And you can see plant foldies. We've got a lot of easy care plants. This one again is by Urban Jungle, $13.98, and we have the Sansevieria right over here. It's more of like a bird's nest form, and ever since I got plants from Succulent Asia, it's a Instagram account that I ended up getting plants from overseas in Indonesia. I ended up getting some variegated Sansevieria starfish type plants. I have gotten more into Sansevieria. I find them very easy to care for plants, and another plant that's super underrated. Same thing with this ZZ plant right here. Very much low light tolerant, drought tolerant, and for $13.98. If you're beginning a houseplant collection, I would start with all of the plants I just picked up from Urban Jungle. I'm going to keep picking up some plants and showing you what they have available at this Lowe's. we've got a combination of different types of plants. Now we're looking at some Costa Farms plants. This is an Epipremnum amplissumum, which is basically the silver streak pothos. This one's only for $15.98. It looks like it was mislabeled because it's saying that it is a golden pothos, but this is only for $15.98. Normally it's listed as a trending tropicals plant by Costa Farms for $19.84. So I actually want to get a silver streak pothos. The only thing about it is I remember seeing it at Walmart for $9.97 as a 6-inch planter by Garden Expert, which is also plants that were sourced at for Costa Farms. So, you know, whenever it goes down to plant pricing, you really want to compare and contrast the plant pricing from each big box store, local nursery, or even an online seller. You will be surprised about where you can save money in terms of plants. And I know that a lot of our viewers are very much into plants. I have a legitimate plant addiction where I cannot stop buying plants. It is starting to become a problem, but you know, in terms of actually being responsible with your finances, it's all about looking and comparing and contrasting those plant pricing. And you know, for the most part, people will say big box stores are probably the most cost effective. I could agree to that, but even local nurseries and local plant shops give some cost effective pricing. Right over here, we've got an Aglaonema red Siam. This one is for $15.98. And you know, this is a very durable plant. It is a plant that I believe every single viewer or every single person that has watched my videos on YouTube should consider adding into your plant collection. You know, my love for Aglaonema is definitely one that I want everybody else to share. I think these are plants that are very easy to care for. They're so underrated. They're not often talked about by like people who collect aroids or even plant collectors. And I just feel like if you're going to grow a plant, you want a plant that's going to be in your space, that is going to grow very easily, that's not going to give you a lot of drama, and is going to be cost effective. So for me, it is all about easy care plants, and Aglaonema are one of the best candidates to be in an easy care category. I would say as far as care tips for them, bright indirect light is best, but they can tolerate darker areas in your home. Water when the soil is completely dry. So if you're going to grow Aglaonema in soil substrates, make sure you are just waiting for the soil to dry out completely. The one thing about Aglaonema is that they can be susceptible to root rot. So if you overwater them, they really don't want their roots to stay you know, dipped in like very soggy soil. So that's, you know, the problem with Aglaonema is that is the fastest way to send them to plant heaven. Now here is another plant right here. This is another Dieffenbachia by Costa Farms. $15.98 in a self-watering planter. Dieffenbachia do require quite a bit of bright indirect light. They love a little bit more humidity as well. And then you can see right here, Epipremnum amplissumum for $15.98. It's a beautiful plant. I do think that it is one that you will need to go put on a totem pole or moss pole. It looks like the growth is more naturally inclined to climb versus to trail. It's kind of like a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, that type of plant where even if you're going to let it trail, it doesn't really want to trail, it wants to climb up. And these are really good specimens as well. And I'm glad that Costa Farms is, you know, actually pushing out more plants. And then you can see right here, we've got another Aglaonema red Siam. Love this plant. You please add a red Siam to your plant collection and take a look at the next plant that I'm about to show you. Once I get everything settled right over here, you will see that that is a pretty cool one right here for me to let you know. But as far as that, this is a beautiful Aglaonema red Siam, but let me find this. This is an Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La for $19.98. Beautiful plant right here. So here's the story about this Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La. It looks like spinach, right? This is actually a Japanese pothos from the Teruno World Series. So Teruno is actually a nursery out in Japan that is finding a lot of different types of Japanese pothos cultivars. So basically they're finding mutations and then propagating them, basically getting the specific characteristics stabilized. Now this one is a little bit more of a unique plant. It's not for everybody, but it's interesting that Costa Farms now has been able to mass produce these and actually sell them in the United States. There are so many varieties of Japanese pothos. I was able to get a couple of them, and thanks to Costa Farms for actually making them a little bit more available for the average person that wants to collect those pothos plants. Pothos plants are a beautiful plant. It's another plant that a lot of people will overlook, but for me, I'm actually back into my Pothos era where I want to collect Pothos. I could have multiple hanging baskets of Pothos. I actually do have hanging baskets of Pothos, but you can see right here, this is an Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La. I am tempted to buy this today, but I'm going to actually hold off on it because number one, I want to make sure that the plants I'm adding into my collection as of late are acclimating into my space. And then number two, I definitely want to show you all my houseplant collection tour at some point. And if I keep adding plants, just like my plant foldy from Canada, Kathy says, I won't be able to give you a houseplant tour. But as you can see right here, Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La, beautiful plant. Please add one to your plant collection. This one is not for everybody. Some people really are not a fan of just the look of this plant, but to me it's very unique, and it's for $19.98. It is a very slow growing pothos plant, however, so you're gonna have to wait for it to really push out a lot of leaves. It's gonna take some time. Most Pothos plants, except the smaller varieties, will be more vigorous in the growth, and that's another characteristic in terms of plants that I like, is ones that are fast growing. But I'm just going to continue to pick up some plants here, show you what they have available. You can see this is another trending tropicals plant, Monstera Thai for $19.98 by Costa Farms. And you can see that they've got a couple of Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La. So it looks like these are going to be in circulation in terms of the big box stores out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I will wait for another fresh restock. But as far as this particular Lowe's, they have so many hanging baskets. They've got a lot of different types of plants from Costa Farms urban jungle plants and LiveTrends plants. Like this one right here, red marantha in an 8-inch planter for $20.84. And that's what makes shopping fun, especially when it is in season. I cannot wait till springtime comes around, plant foldies, because I'm sure we're going to see some amazing plants. Like this one is super stocked. And I did want to say, first of all, for those that have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for tuning into my shopping video. I hope you will take the time to, number one, press the thumbs up or like button for this video. It truly helps this video get pushed out to more plant lovers like yourself. It helps grow this community to more plant lovers like yourself, and it just drives that engagement. And also leave any comments that you want in the comment section below. I love responding to all of y'all's plant insights, your commentary about the plants you're seeing either in my videos or at your big box stores in other areas of the country. I love that engagement, so please definitely do that. And I did want to say thank you again to all the plant foldies that continue to tune in on a nightly basis at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to participate in the live premiere chats. You know, we've had an average about 40 to 50 people at the live premieres, and that just makes it a lot of fun. I mean, we can talk about this right here, Epipremnum panatum Baltic Blue. That is another plant that is a want for me. And if you're going to tune into the Cultivation Corner Plant podcast show that I'm part of, there is a term called a want plant and a need plant. A need plant is a plant you need to buy, say it with me, today. Or if you have a plant that is more of a want plant, it's a plant that you can wait for the next time. It's a wish list plant. It's a plant that you don't necessarily feel inclined to have to buy that very second. Like for instance, this Sansevieria golden flame or yellow flame, would love to get it. It's another plant that I have been eyeing, and it's only for $15.98. And then you can see right here, we've got another type of Sansevieria plant. For me, I would love to meet somebody that's actually a collector of Sansevieria, where their whole plant collection is just Sansevieria. I think those that have a little bit more of a specific plant collection, it's quite interesting. I would consider myself somebody that really wants to just collect Aglaonema, but then again, I find Pothos plants beautiful. I find philodendron, monsteras. Those plants are all really plants that I want to continue to grow, but my bulk of my plant collection is definitely an Aglaonema collection. You can see right here, I'm not 100% sure what this Aglaonema plant ID is. I've seen it labeled, but I don't really want to label it. Costa Farms has so many Aglaonema, and if Costa Farms is actually watching some of my plant shopping videos, my only request, well, actually there's two requests. My only request is, number one, if they're going to put out some of these Aglaonemas, go ahead and give us the plant ID or the cultivar name. And number two, for house plants that are trending in 2025, Costa Farms, release more colorful Aglaonema. We need more, because why not, right? And then as far as these easy to care for plants, continue to push out all of these beautiful plants like this one, ZZ Raven, dark foliage, very easy to care for, very elegant looking plant. I find plants that are black or dark foliage to be very elegant, and they are beautiful right into a white pot, or a planter that is very light tone. It just really pushes that that coloration out. And speaking of coloration, so this is an example of a philodendron painted lady, Costa Farms trending tropical plant for $19.84. You can see that it's not as yellow, and it's because it doesn't have nearly as much light, or it did not receive a lot of light. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to show you an example of a really good specimen of a philodendron painted lady. Here's the thing about philodendron painted lady. It is what you consider a reverter. If you do not give it the ample amount of bright indirect light consistently, it will become more of a a lighter green color versus that beautiful yellow tone, and that's really what you are growing a painted lady for. It is a pretty fast growing plant. It's an easy to care for plant as well, but if you want to keep the light, which is a little bit more challenging, you have to grow that either under a grow light, a south facing window, a west facing window, but the lighting is definitely very much so influential to a philodendron painted lady. Now over here is another Sansevieria. I think it might be called a black coral, $15.98. Really like that dark foliage as well on this one. And part of me wants to start collecting Sansevieria. Ever since I got plants to unbox from Succulent Asia. If you have an Instagram account, definitely check out Succulent Asia on Instagram, or you can go to www.succulentasia.com and you can place an order. Use my promo code HY20 for 20% off your entire purchase. And if you spend $300 or more, it is free shipping to the United States. So what I would suggest, and I've said this in a lot of my videos where I get plants from overseas, is have a community of friends that you trust and put in a massive order. And that way you can save on the shipping. I know that there's a couple of plant foldies in the Dallas-Fort Worth market that have already done some orders with me from greenspaces.id. Sean, my friend specifically who collects anthuriums, has put in orders, and even Stephen of I Live Plants to get some Aglaonema. So that's ways that you can save on shopping in terms of plants, especially with the shipping from overseas. Now, I am showing you these new planters by LiveTrends Designs. These are beautiful plants. This one is a Marble Queen Pothos in a ceramic hanging basket with macrame on it. Really like that. And I honestly am in the search for a beautiful ceramic planter, or even a terracotta planter. So if I run into one today, that's something where I will make an exception. And if the price is right, I will also buy the plant. But as far as this right here, LiveTrends Design plants, love them. They have some beautiful Valentine's seasonally relevant planters that are actually hitting Target, which is a big box store here. So definitely check that out. But you can see right here, we do have some Syndapsis exotica. Beautiful silver foliage. I love silver foliage plants. I mean, leave it in the comments if you like silver foliage plants, plant foldies. And really, I hope that anybody that is watching my shopping videos, I would hope that you guys will take a little bit more time to just give me more insights. Give me more comments. That's one thing I do want to ask the viewers is, let me know what you think about these plants, what's going on with your plant collection. I just really want to continue that dialogue. outside of the live premiere chat. So even if you're finding this video after a live premiere chats, feel free to leave as many comments about your plants, the plants you want, a want or need plant, what you think about cultivation corner. Let's go ahead and create some dialogue in the comment section. Now I'm going to walk over here and show you some more of these plants so you can see that this particular Lowe's, which is right next to the George Bush Tollway. So if anybody is wanting to visit this particular Lowe's, definitely check this out. You can see this one is another calathea. I think this is called a Vivida. I think that's how you pronounce it, or if that's the plant ID. $15.98. And I am just really not going to add any calatheas in my plant collection until I either find one that is super striking, or I figure out the substrate or the care tips. You know, that's the thing about plants. If you know a plant is hard to care for, steer away from it for now. Now over here is a Monstera Thai Constellation. So this one is for $29.98 by Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. I love the fact that this Monstera Thai Constellation used to be like $200, and now you can find them at big box stores like Lowe's for $29.98. But here's the thing. Target is another big box store that is starting to carry Costa Farms plants. I found Target Monstera Thai Constellation, same size, for only $20. So again, it is all about comparing and contrasting plant pricing. You never know where you're going to save some money. So if I were to buy a Monstera Thai Constellation from Costa Farms, I would run over to Target, another big box store, Target, for those that want to say it like that. So, you know, you got to compare and contrast your plant pricing. But these Monstera Thai Constellations, I really do hope somebody will rescue these plants. I mean, they're in still pretty good shape, but I've seen some Monstera Thai Constellations really decline in health. And that's just because they have been, you know, neglected at a big box store. You know, that's not to say anything negative about the big box store employees. You know, most big box stores, that's not their number one priority, is to take care of the plants. And so here's my insights on that. The best time to buy plants at big box stores is definitely when they have a plant restock. And then also just be really selective about the plants you buy at a big box store. Like for instance, if you're looking for a philodendron painted lady, this is probably the one I would pick up for $19.84, because you can see that it has many plants in there, and also the coloration of the painted lady is really nice. I'm actually tempted to buy this for $19.84, but you know, with a plant that does require a little bit more light, I would just say you would have to really grow this under a grow light in order to maintain that coloration. I do love yellow or neon colored plants, but this is one that I would have to hold off on. It's still a beautiful plant nonetheless, and it's one that I would recommend for an easy care plant. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, I'm just going to walk around and continue to show you some more of these plants. I love taking you on shopping video tours, and I do have a bone to pick with some of my regular plant foldies. YouTube will tell me that my viewers are not interested or as interested in watching my unboxing videos, my plant chore videos. There's less engagement. So let me know if I need to continue to make that, or if you guys want me to just constantly make plant shopping videos. I like to diversify my videos, and I hope that those that are here really for the plant shopping videos, that you would give my other plant content a chance. You know, definitely watch my green spaces unboxing videos, my plant chore videos, how to, you know, change soil to hydroponic substrate to leca, those types of videos, because I really do enjoy that. You get to see some of my more personal plants. But I do find it interesting that YouTube will send me a notification saying literally regular viewers are choosing to not watch these videos. So it kind of is a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, you know what, I will continue to make content regardless. But for those that may not be as interested in my non-shopping videos, please give my other content a chance. I do really work really hard on them, and hopefully you might learn something from some of my other videos aside from my plant shopping videos. But as you can see right here, plant foldies, this Lowe's has a lot of plants. This one I would recommend a ZZ Zenzi plant. It's a more compact version of a ZZ plant for $13.98 by Urban Jungle, and it is a very low light tolerant plant. This is one that you can put in a desk, a dark corner, somewhere where you don't have to really take care of it. Now this right here, this neon pothos, my favorite pothos plant, $13.98. I could have like a whole room of neon pothos. In order to keep that neon colored Pothos though, you have to provide it with a lot of bright indirect light. So that's just my recommendation for that. And then we have some bonsai trees here. So this is a Chinese Fukian tea tree. If you ask me between the Chinese Fukian tea tree or the Chinese elm, I'll choose a Chinese elm because the Chinese elm is more of a deciduous plant. So it actually has seasons where it will lose all of its leaves versus a Chinese Fukian tea tree where it will actually just be an evergreen. I prefer deciduous bonsai. That's basically a plant that will go into dormancy in the winter months, like this Chinese elm bonsai. I love the shape of these Costa Farms bonsai, but what I would do is I would actually buy this, wire it up, trim it up, and put it in a more shallow bonsai pot. I would really consider a lot of the bonsai that are being sold from Costa Farms as being more of like pre-bonsai, so it's not quite there yet, but $30.31 is not a bad price for it at all. And then you can see right over here, we've got some neon pothos. This one is for $16.98. And can I get a thumbs up or a like for this video just because you think this neon pothos is there? Again, plant folies, if you made it this far into the video, please press the thumbs up button. Please press the like button. Let me know what you think of these plants because again, I love that engagement. I love that participation, and the beauty of this plant community that we have on the Grow Folds YouTube channel is we have that interactions with each other. And I have to say thank you again to all of those that continue to be on the live premiere chats. Now you can see that there are just many hanging baskets by Costa Farms. This one is another philodendron heteroraceum, just a green form for $20.84. Love the look of this plant, and this is another plant that I would recommend. And then they have a syngonium here. I believe this is a Syngonium Maria. Love that as well. This is a beautiful plant, and it's another plant that I used to think syngoniums were easy care plants, but they're a little bit harder than you think because number one, they do need more bright indirect light, otherwise they get leggy. And number two, they don't really tolerate being underwatered as much, otherwise they start to really decline in health very quickly. And then over here, we've got a ficus ginseng plant right here for $30.91. Beautiful pre-bonsai, I would just say pre-bonsai. And then I'm just gonna walk around here and show you some more plants. And plant foliage, you'll see that there's plenty of different types of pothos plants. And then we're just going to look over here and you can see that there is just a huge restock of many different varieties of plants. You already know I have to pick up the Aglaonema Silver Bay. This one is for $15.98 by Costa Farms. And it is another plant that I highly recommend anybody that is going to start a plant collection to go ahead and pick up an Aglaonema Silver Bay. Very easy care tips in terms of just bright indirect light, water when the soil is completely dry. And then this is another Aglaonema by Costa Farms, $15.98. This one is a little bit more of the uncommon variety. So you'll see that we have the Silver Bay, and then the other one, I'm not 100% sure on the plant ID. I love that yellow vein that it has in the middle and the white stems. And then you can see right here just the classic Aglaonema Silver Bay. We've got another Aglaonema Silver Bay right over here. This one's a little bit larger. And with the Aglaonema Silver Bay, These ones can actually get fairly large in terms of the leaf size. Again, it is suitable for areas that do not have the best lighting conditions. And then over here, we have a LiveTrends Monstera Deliciosa. This one is in the juvenile form, and it's in a beautiful planter. As I said before, with LiveTrends designs, LiveTrends plants, they just have very modern looking, very sleek designs. So I love that about LiveTrends. And then over here we have some philodendron white knights for $19.84 in self-watering planters. It looks like Costa Farms has really pushed out a lot of these philodendron white knights. I even have seen them at Costco. So Costco has a bunch of these plants that are going to be on sale, especially for the holiday season, for the Valentine's season is what I meant to say. And then over here, speaking of Valentine's, if you love pink plants, Valentine's Day, pink plants and Valentine's Day make a good combination. So as far as Valentine's Day, do you prefer cut flowers or do you like plants? For me, I think it would be awesome to give somebody a Valentine's gift of a plant versus a cut flower, but that's just my opinion. And then over here, Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil. Look at how gorgeous this one is. I was actually super tempted to buy this one by Costa Farms. This one is $16.94. And again, with the Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil, in terms of its coloration or the variegation that it pushes out, the more light you give it, the more yellow variegation you're going to get from that plant. And then we have a Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. This one is for $16.94. Love Hoya plants in the sense that they're super drought tolerant, and you know, they're pretty easy to care for. Plants are also pet friendly. So if you have any furry friends or pets that you have, these are plants that are not toxic. Just double check my facts on that one, but I've been told that they are pet friendly. And then we're just going to keep looking at other plants here. It looks like we've got the statue of David head right here. Interesting planter by LiveTrends. This is one I really wouldn't put in my plant collection, but let's go ahead and pick up the different types of varieties of plants, and I'll keep showing you more at this Lowe's location. What's exciting is not only do they have many unique planters, it's just super full at this big box store. So it just really inspires you to go big box store shopping. I love shopping at big box stores, especially at Lowe's. Highly encourage anybody that really wants to get houseplants at a really cost-effective price to go to Lowe's. And I mean, you can see right here, this is a Phalaenopsis orchid plus a Epipremnum aureum Mandula Pothos for only $29.98. That is a pretty good deal considering, yes, you're paying about $20 for the Phalaenopsis orchid. That's typically the market price, but then you also get a Mandula Pothos. And as far as Mandula Pothos, I hope that Costa Farms will release 8-inch hanging baskets of Mandula Pothos. I'm just curious as to reason why they haven't yet, because that is one of my favorite pothos. I would say alongside with the Neon Pothos is my favorite, Mandula Pothos are my second favorite type of pothos if we're going to rank them. But as far as just the presentation of all of the plants here, definitely have a lot. And you can see here again, $19.84. Trending Tropicals Costa Farms
plant. This one is a philodendron painted lady. Gotta love the philodendron painted lady, especially when it has its yellow coloration like this. Love that a lot. It is definitely a painted philodendron. And just look at this plant foldies. It's super full. I would say this is probably one of the best Lowe's locations I've seen currently in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to go shopping for plants. Just because it's super full, the plants are super healthy. Let me know in the comment section, again, plant foldies, what you think. And again, if you made it this far into the video and if you watched this far, thank you so much for engaging in this video. I hope that you will take the time to press the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. So hopefully you will press the thumbs up and like button for this video. That way I can get more people to see these big box or plant shopping videos, and you'll be able to see even more exotic angel Costa Farms plants right here. You can see this one is a Fittonia right here for $8.98. These are the 5-inch plant starters that Costa Farms has pushed out, and I'm curious to see if Costa Farms will actually have more exotic angels this year that are different. Now this one is a different exotic angel plant. This one is a Hydra Helix, or what you call the Hedera Helix. This one is the English Ivy Florida. Love it because of the very sharp, just unique shape of the leaves. And I'm just going to pan away here and even show you these cute Phalaenopsis orchids for $9.98. And I'll just let you see all of the other plants that they have here. You can obviously see that not every big box store is created equal, but plant foldies, this one is just really full and has a lot of varieties of plants to pick from. So I'm just going to continue to walk around and show you what plants they have available for sale. Let me know in the comment section again which plants you would actually go buy, which ones would inspire you to go shopping, and just give me some commentary.
So I am absolutely in love with all of these Phalaenopsis orchids right over here. You can see that these are gorgeous and readily available by Costa Farms. This Lowe's, I'm telling you, plant foldies, there's just quite a bit of like Phalaenopsis orchids available here. Now here's the thing about Phalaenopsis orchids, they tend to like to be more on the drier side. If you can get them bright indirect light, higher humidity is always a plus for them. And also for their substrate, at least for Phalaenopsis orchids, you want to grow them in orchid bark, something of that nature. Never plant any orchids in soil, not a good idea. And then over here, we've got another Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. Really love the look of that. And it's just a beautiful plant for $19.98. And then we also have some more plants available like that silver band marantha. We've got a Dracaena right here. And then we have another Alocasia. This is an Alocasia sinuata in a self-watering planter for $16.98 by LiveTrends designer. Actually $14.98. Not a bad price at all as well. But you know, with Alocasias, you just have to really work with an air of caution because they're not as easy of a plant to grow. So that's just, you know, my personal opinion about Alocasias. Maybe they just don't love me, but it is an easy to care for plant for those that have the right I guess environment for Alocasia. So we're just going to keep walking around here, and I'm just going to keep showing you some more of these plants. You can see this is a beautiful bromeliad right over here. I love the terracotta planter that it's in as well. And so we can see right here that we have a beautiful bromeliad, and this one is for $22.98. Really like the look of that. And yes, we all need some bromeliads, especially these ones right here. I like the pink. It looks like it's been spray painted. And as far as the care tips for bromeliads, I don't think they're as challenging. If anything, a lot of people kind of say that bromeliads are more of a corporate America business type plant where you can see them in offices, but I love the look of them. And then you can see over here more Phalaenopsis orchids. Now we're looking at some of these exotic angel plants by Costa Farms. You can see we've got this one right here. This is a beautiful Palea plant, and then we've got a lot of different varieties of plants here. This one is a China doll plant, and I remember getting one of these plants. The problem with the China doll plant for me is it is a very thirsty plant, and so this makes this plant a little bit more challenging, at least for plant lovers like myself who don't always have the time to water plants. And I know that sounds very basic in terms of just the needs of the plants, but that's why I don't grow the China doll plant. And then we're looking at another Hedera helix, or what you call the Hedera helix right over here. This is the gold baby coin English ivy. Really love that variegation as well. And I did want to point this out. So I think this is the only Vanda orchid that they have available at this Lowe's. And this one is quite interesting because it looks like it's just brown, that caramel tone with some of the purple lilac look on it. It's really a nice bloom. And this one is for $38 or $39. This one is the King Charles Vanda orchid. So I thought that was an interesting name. With Vanda orchids, they require quite a bit of light, so that makes it a little bit more of a challenging type of orchid. And then it also means that you also have to have just higher humidity levels for it. Beautiful plant. It's not one that you will always see at even local nurseries, so it's nice that even Lowe's carries Vanda orchids. And that's the thing about Lowe's, they have quite a bit of orchids available. You can see we've got some kokedamas right over here, as well as bromeliads in crates. Now we're gonna walk over here, and I'm just gonna keep pulling up some plants that are available. You can see on this side right here, plant foldies, we've got a lot of these different types of plants from LiveTrends and Costa Farms. Lots of dracaenas. We've got a Majesty palm right over here. And then take a look at this. Look at the merchandising of this Lowe's location. What do you think about the way the plants are presented? Really nice organization, and it's just nice to be able to go shop and look at plants with me. So hopefully you are enjoying this video and seeing some plants that you may eventually buy at a big box store. Big box store plant shopping is definitely a fun experience. I know a lot of you guys would like this type of content, so I will definitely continue to make this type of content. Right off the start, we have another neon pothos right here for $5.98. Actually $8.98. It's the larger one, and so with the larger ones, these are $8.98. But you can see right over here is another type of syngonium. Not sure if this is the white butterfly, but needless to say, it is a fast growing plant. And so I am just going to continue to show you all of the other plants that they have available from Costa Farms at this location.
You don't want my heart, you don't want my love. You just want me crying over you, and I'm thinking about you. Thinking about you.
And right over here, we've got another Hydra Helix, or what you call a Hedera Helix English Ivy. This one looks really nice as well, but again, with English Ivies, very challenging plant, and it's the reason being is they are just really spider mite prone when grown indoors. Now, if you're going to grow them in a shaded patio outside, very easy, it just makes life easier. And I think that's with any plant, right? If you bring a plant outside and put it in a shaded area outdoors, for some reason there's less plant pests, it's just easier to care for. And so whenever you're trying to grow plants, whether it's to size them up, to rehab them, taking them outside, especially in the spring months, will really help the plant recover. For some reason, taking plants outside, it's like giving them a steroid boost. They just do much better than they do indoors. And I would just say maybe it's just the natural inclination of plants. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and let me know what you think about these new LiveTrends ceramic planters. This one is called the Pinstripe. Love the pink, and then look at this beautiful red Marantha right over here. Again, these are for $16.98. Really good value for the LiveTrends designs. I love them. I love how they present the plants and how they're just really seasonally relevant to whatever season we're at. Right now it's Valentine's, is just around the corner, and then you can see right over here, beautiful Epipremnum aureum neon pothos, $20.84. Love that. Just make sure that you do give it quite a bit of light, and I'm just going to keep walking around and pulling down some of these plants. Again, plant foldies, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure you have pressed the thumbs up or like button. I also would love to see what kind of commentary you will add for any of these plants, like this one right here, this Philodendron hederaceum, beautiful plant, $16.98 by LiveTrends. So let's just keep looking at all of the plants that they have available and just give me some insights. should get this plant right here. This is a Palea plant. I love this. This is the Palea Pan Am, dark foliage. Love the silver tone on it. It's just another plant that I feel like if I could actually stay on top of the watering, I'd be able to grow this. So maybe transferring this into lechuza pond would help. But this is definitely a plant that needs to stay moist in terms of their soil. It does prefer higher humidity levels. It would make up a perfect terrarium plant. And, you know, I have a lamp that I want to convert into a terrarium. So that's something I will eventually make, that type of content where I'm making some terrariums. I always find terrariums very stylish and fun to make anyways. So stay tuned for that. And I did want to show you this. Let me know if this is a sport variegated Alocasia Cuprea. You can see that it's got more of a grayish tone. I don't know if it's, you know, variegated in that sense, but I do love the silver foliage on it. And in the purple undersides, that's the one that's only on that leaf. And it's on for $14.98. I was tempted to buy this Cuprea, but the thing about it is Alocasias right now, they're just a bit challenging for me to grow unless I have the lechuza pond, unless I convert them to semi-hydro. So right now I am holding off from actually using or at least buying Alocasias. But this one is it looks like it might be sport variegated. Let me know in the comments section. Either way, it is a beautiful plant and somebody needs to buy it. And then right over here we have some rainbow moss. So this is actually an interesting hanging basket. Super soft. I don't know a lot about it, but it is a unique plant, and this is by Costa Farms for $20.84 in an 8-inch hanging basket. And just the amount of plants that they have at this Lowe's location, you know, it's fun to go shopping and it's interesting right after work. And this is on Super Bowl evening, you know, to the plant foldies that actually have watched my plant video. It was called the Plant Bowl. Thank you for, you know, tuning in and joining the live chat. I appreciate it. And if you are a new plant foldie, somebody that just discovered my channel, especially if you happen to catch it during a live premiere, please say hello on the live chat. I would love to engage with you guys and continue to talk. And I would love to possibly buy an urban jungle ceramic planter today. I mean, this one I'm having a little bit of a difficult time getting, but that one is a neon pothos. And you can tell that this particular plant has been growing here for a while because it's starting to trail. And that's the thing. Certain plants may acclimate to their environment. And if it's actually grown at a big box store without having to get plant pests and has actually pushed out a lot of new growth, then that's when you know the lighting conditions are good and it's a good value actually, because then you don't have to worry about having to grow it any further. Obviously the plant is going to continue to grow, but finding plants like this Philodendron hederaceum that's already trailing for $14.98, that is not a bad price at all. And then you can see right here we've got some silver band maranthas by LiveTrends, $16.98 in this new planter by LiveTrends. It's called the Pinstripes. So silver band marantha, I had the plant. Unfortunately, it went to plant heaven on me because it was just a bit of a challenging plant to grow. I just didn't stay on top of the watering, and I'm just going to continue to show more of these plants. Again, let me know what you think about some of the plants that you're finding at this Lowe's. Let me know if you find, big box or plant shopping really cost effective, or do you prefer shopping at local nurseries? I mean, over here we've got a Hydra Helix. This one is the Bettina Ivy, and I actually would like to add this to my collection again. The reason being, it has larger leaves that kind of curl, and I just like the shape of it, and obviously the variegation. We'll see if I'm able to grow it. And then I love the Snow White waffle plant. Look at the purples, the pinks, all of it. It's just a beautiful plant. Unfortunately, it's just a challenging to plant to grow indoors long term for me because it does require a lot of water. And then right over here is an interesting lipstick plant. This one is a red elf lipstick plant. It looks more like a Hoya. This one is for $16.98. I haven't grown any lipstick plants in my collection, so plant folies, let me know in the comment section if you've been able to successfully grow them. Let me know and what your care tips are for that. But as I finish up this shopping video, I did want to continue to pick up plants. This one is a Janet Craig compacta for $5.98. Easy plant, please buy it. It is one of those plants that's super underrated and overlooked. I love the green, and it is very much low light tolerant, and that's what we all need, right? It's easy to care for plants. So let's keep picking up these plants, take a look at them, and just give me some commentary. It is just fun to take you alongside with me as I do my shopping at a big box store at Lowe's.
Baby, you don't understand.
You've seen quite a bit of urban jungle plants, LiveTrends plants, and Costa Farms plants. I'm just picking up these ceramic planters here. This is an Enjoy Pothos. Love it for $14.98. And this one is also for $14.98. What a beautiful bird's nest Sansevieria. It's variegated. Sansevieria are definitely going to make it into my plant collection. It's one that I definitely want to continue to add. And then we have some more plants here. This one right here is a gold dust croton. $5.98. And look at the colors on this one right here. I know a lot of people may not be a big fan of crotons. For me, I wish I could grow them indoors, but they just require so much light. They do remind me of my home country, which is the Philippines, where they just grow rampant and super easy. But as I continue to pick up these plants, I am tempted to buy a ceramic hanging basket planter by LiveTrends or Urban Jungle. We'll see which one I find, but I want one that's already trailing. So if I find a Pothos plant that has some long trailing vines, I'm definitely going to buy it today. This one is also a Marble Queen Pothos, super easy to care for, beautiful planter. I love that pinstripe pink. And we're just going to spin around here and continue to pick up some more plants. It looks like we've got some more hanging baskets. And yeah, this one I think I'm going to end up buying. This is an Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos, but look at this. It's in a terracotta planter. It's in a macrame, and it is only for $14.98. So definitely going to buy this today. That's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a plant that was, number one, easy to care for. So I am it's part of my like pothos era. I'm back at it collecting pothos because they're super easy. But look at how it's already trailing. Look at all of the beautiful leaves. Look at that variegation. And it's in a terracotta planter. It's in a classic planter, and I'm all about that plant styling. Definitely going to buy this today. I'm just going to keep showing you a couple more plants, but this one for $14.98 is not a bad plant at all, especially the plant pricing. Again, plant foldies, let me know in the comment section what you think, and who is excited about the Cultivation Corner Season 2 live premiere, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And guess what? We are doing a live viewing party at PETA's Planters Shop in Dallas, Texas. The event will start at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Show up, and we will be there hanging out with the Cultivation Corner. And if you want to see me without a mask, if you want to see a face reveal, and you are in the local Dallas-Fort Worth area, definitely stop by PETA's Planters at 6:30 p.m. February 18th. That is Tuesday next week. The event starts at 6:30. She'll be having some plants for sale. We will watch the live stream. We will also have some snacks and drinks for just a little bit of a party. I would love to meet any local plant foldies, anybody that supports the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast. So if you are in town and are able to make it to the live viewing party, 6:30 p.m. is the start. The actual premiere starts at 7:30. And as a bonus, I believe we are going to be doing a live selling stream on Instagram with PETA's Planters. So PETA's Planters, if you're not following her Instagram, we will be doing the very first PETA's Planters live selling. So if you are a plant foldie that wants to buy plants from PETA's Planter, she is selling, and we will be writing thank you notes from Cultivation Corner. And I will also be sending out my origami paper cranes for any plant foldy that buys from the live selling on PETA's Planters Instagram right after the premiere. So lots going on, and I did just want to show you this LiveTrends fixture right here from Lowe's. You can see that they've got some planters here from Costa Farms. Just lots of gorgeous plants. I hope that you guys will come out and actually support some of these big box stores and get your plants here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this video off. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Please press the thumbs up button. I'm taking my Pothos home. This is Richie at Grow Folds. Please subscribe, and I will have a brand new video tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.